have heard views expressed on this matter. And I must say that today is another day of sadness for the politics of the country. Because a system has succeeded in setting us up to set ourselves apart. Mr. Speaker, let me give some few facts for the Hansard of this House. I had the privilege of chairing Ghana Water. Every single reform I initiated ended up in the media, caused by the very people who perpetrated it. And in the end, it turned political. So, nothing gets done. ECG, I had the privilege of chairing the board in July. Because I'm a businessman, the first question I ask myself is that how can ECG award a contract? And when the contract is awarded, all the person does is deliver at the port, present bill of lading, and request for payment. I said, with the greatest respect, I don't want to use a word. This is Parliament. I was shattered. I said, how? And ECG would have to pay. So I realized that ECG was paying a lot of bills when they've not even had access to the goods. And when you ask them, I asked the procurement manager, director of procurement, a question. I said, why did he say, oh, Chairman, this is the practice since. This is the practice. And they will bring you document. I listened to Honorable Member for Sekondi, lawyer, you from Sekondi, question meeting. And I am adopting his submissions as though they were mine. The time has come. This politics, somebody says MPP, NDC, it's a system problem that I will any day support this minister to embark on reforms. How come containers at the ports, containers that have arrived, the bureaucracy at our ports, they say the containers are missing. Mr. Speaker, it is true that when these containers come, there is some connivance with some customs officials, and they sell these containers, these cables that ECG needs after the supplier has been paid. They sell the container, and then people will sell back to ECG. Are we pretending we don't know? Instead of us to pay attention and kill the rots, then we come here, then MPP, NDC, so now they say, oh, maybe it's happening on the MPP, it's happening on the NDC. No. An honorable minister, I know what you can do. If we can give you support to do it, you must adopt a posture, a non-partisan posture, and tackle the rots. But if we all want to approach it, MPP, NDC, Mr. Speaker, it will remain. NDC will spend 4 years, 16 years, 20 years, the same thing will be there. They will come into opposition, and the same thing would arise again. Then the perpetrators will be there in the system. Mr. Speaker, today, Ghanaian businesses cannot sleep because there's a new government, whereas foreign businesses are surviving because their ambassadors will be protecting their businesses. So Ghanaian businesses who did business in MPP time are at risk, whereas foreign companies are surviving because we are quick to say this business is a pro-MPP, so it should die. What are we doing to ourselves? What are we doing to ourselves? Mr. Speaker, I know the minister will come and say, oh, ECG has a huge bill. There is debt. Now who calls them? Us, as a political class. When there are issues, we don't identify the issue and say, this one is a national issue. Let's kill it. We want to play partisan football with it. It comes back to haunt us. How many people pay bills in Ghana? ECG. All the power that we produce. Mr. Speaker, let me hazard a guess. I can say, not on authority, that less than 20% of consumers pay. A lot of factories consume electricity, they don't pay. The prepaid is adjusted all over. At the end of the day, it becomes the debt of the state. These are things that if the minister comes and says, look, I am embarking on serious reforms, I will go all out to back him. Because if the nation fails, it affects all of us. And for MPP, NDC, we shouldn't be too comfortable with this democracy. With this day's social media, the youths, they are so impatient that if we continue to play this game, they will be watching. We may be surprised. Let's be careful. Let us be careful as a political class. The issue at stake is scandalous, is serious, it's not MPP, NDC matter. All these public institutions, and sometimes some of the appointees of the previous government, you see them even saying that they are professionals. They were not MPP. Now they come here and then they are dining with you. You're also happy. When you lose power, they turn around and they do this and that and that. And then they are hitting our heads and we are here shouting. No. The public system, the public service structure, those SOEs, that government invests so much, every now and then we have bureaucracies being established by law and the state will give money. Look at the initiative, this Gold Board initiative. For all you know, government means well. But trust me, if in the enactment we don't put in place the support systems, people will take the money and say, but I helped the NDC to come to power. He will even go and buy the gold and you cannot even prosecute. I invested in Winneba. I bought taxes for my people. The person is working, he's not paying. You can't prosecute. You can't even then have to pay. What is going on in the country? Because politics. We know. We set up initiatives. Where we are helping our people. We give them the loans. Kufuor's Maslock. People didn't pay. Rawlings's intervention program, poverty alleviation, they didn't pay. When Rawlings lost, Atamus lost and Kufuor came, all the attempt to prosecute those people who didn't pay the loan, they said because they were NDC. When Kufuor also came and they took the loan and they didn't pay and Atamus was prosecuting, they said, I'm MPP. And it's been going on, and we see saying the national debts. All these social interventions that are going down the drain, it's become consumption, not investment. So as a political class, let's wake up. Let's get more serious.